right there just about caused a very serious collision by not letting me move over.
Yeah,
That's not good. That would have been a lot worse than the oil situation.
oh yeah. But yeah, I might text Glenn tomorrow and let him know, we got to get those vans moved.
Yeah, just let the engines idle and put some fresh gas in them.
Yeah.
On the hill,
Really, now you're going to try to move in front of me?
stood an old
Oh, get around that guy, but as soon as I can, I'm going to try to bust him by getting around him.
and shame.
But I like the way Pastor Bob put it, as soon as possible, we're at it again.
That old cross where the dearest and best
It's just going to feel strange having only the worship service. But it'll be better than nothing.
so I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. And I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross
That vehicle right
I
there.
will ever be true. Its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where His glory forever I'll share. And I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down.
I think we're in Washington already.
Yes, it is.
Cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday
Watch for the reduction to 60.
I will cling to the old
My engine temperature has actually dropped a bit,
Good.
barely.
and exchange it
About an eighth
someday for
before mid-range. It looks like somebody had a nasty collision.
Yeah.
I see a front quarter panel back there.
Oh yeah.
And my guess is it would be the front driver's side,
Yep.
unless they were a wrong-way driver. And yes, I hear that all the time on my stand.
That's one thing I do fear, because by the time you see it, there's not much time to react.
Yeah, you're done. That's why I want to try to get maybe another good base mobile scanner that I can keep in here so I can hear the police if there's a wrong way driver coming at us. Then
Oh, yeah.
that will help a little bit.